Welcome to a quick look where we focus on one of the cars in the Savoy collection at the Savoy Automobile Museum in Cartersville, Georgia. My name is Steve Starling and I'm one of the volunteer docents at the museum. The car we're going to take a look at today is a beautiful 1948 Chrysler Town & Country sedan. It's a Woodie. Chrysler introduced the Town & Country in the 1941 model year as a station wagon, a Woodie wagon. Japan attacked Pearl Harbor in December of 1941, however, and all U.S. civilian automobile production stopped. Chrysler reintroduced the brand after production for civilians began in the fall of 1945. Except this time, somewhat surprisingly, Chrysler introduced it as a sedan, not a wagon, and that's what we're looking at today. It's beautiful. It has all this chrome up front on the grille, and the color is sumac red. That was Chrysler's official color for this car, and it is just awesome. At any rate, you've got this split windshield, and the antenna rotates upward, and then you get to the beautiful woodwork in the back. By the way, the town part of this car was the front part, made of metal. The wooden part was the country part. The woodwork on the country part of this car is just outstanding. The lighter colored wood that you see here is white ash, and it's just amazing to me to see the finger joints and the handicraft that went into building this. The darker colored wood, originally for the Town & Country, started out as Honduran mahogany. Later they switched over to a vinyl material called Dynoc that was then with an adhesive secured to sheet metal panels. And it's all just absolutely gorgeous. You have these big hinges here, and we'll see in a minute some big hinges on the trunk. These big hinges were beautiful, chrome hinges, but they're also functional. With all this wood on the door, it's much heavier than it would be if you had a sheet metal door or steel door. So when the Town & Country sedan was first introduced, the standard luggage rack was a steel luggage rack. At some point though, they changed over to making the base model have this white ash wood for the luggage rack. It is beautiful. It wouldn't for me be functional anyway, because I can't in my wildest dreams imagine throwing a big heavy piece of luggage up there on that frail looking but beautiful luggage rack. So as you might imagine, the interior of this car is very luxurious. You've got the instrument cluster up here. It's beautiful. Everything is well arranged. You've got this rectangular piece over here that's actually a grill that covers the radio speaker. You've got these lucite handles here, and one of the more interesting things to me is this flip-up piece on the window crank handles. They stay down and out of the way until you need them, then you flip them up and roll the window up or down. The interior here is called a Highland interior. This is a very upscale option. It's got leather and cloth in a tartan pattern, kind of like a kilt from Scotland. And up top here, you'll see that we've got some more white ash wood. You've got this garnish molding here in white ash, and these slats that cross the top of the overhead. Just a beautiful car on the inside as well as the outside. So the rear of this car is also beautiful. You've got all this beautiful woodwork again. The craftsmanship on these finger joints is just outstanding. You've got these big chrome hinges here that are kind of shaped like boat cleats, which is kind of interesting. And finally, you've got in the center a reference to fluid drive. Fluid drive was Chrysler's first step toward an automatic transmission. You still had to do some shifting, but not as much. So the Chrysler Town & Countries for 1946, 47, and 48 were beautiful cars. Turns out though, they didn't sell very well. The reason was they were expensive. All this craftsmanship on the woodwork really drove the cost of these cars. But in one sense, it was successful for Chrysler. It drove people to the showrooms. They would come to the showrooms to see the Chrysler Town & Country, figure out they couldn't afford it, and then instead buy a Chrysler Windsor or a Chrysler Traveler that was less expensive. It's a great car. We're happy to have it as part of the museum collection and happy to talk with you guys about it today. See you next time.